we welcome in one of my absolute favorites in the world, Mina Kimes. She does such a great job on ESPN. You know her, you love her, and she joins us live. Oh, and she's all glammed up as well. Hello, Mina.
Hey, yeah, speaking of glamorous, I think I'm in like an alley behind Ford Field somewhere. That's where we got the
I would expect
buses.
nothing
so
less.
I promised a better view. I was like, yeah, I want to be at the field. It's going to be great. And I'm actually like not really at the field right now, but that's okay. I'm here.
So she's in Detroit. She's in a Detroit alley right now, and it's never been more glamorous before in her life. This is a huge day for Mina Kimes. Obviously, the Bucs and the Lions are playing tonight on Monday Night Football, game 1 of the doubleheader. But game 7 is happening as well. And Mina, a famous Seattle fan, she loves the Mariners. I just need to know, like, where are your mentals right now, Mina?
I'm so glad that I'm going to be on TV for 2 hours because I legitimately don't know what to do with myself until the game begins. I'm like just in a constant, like my stomach is, I don't know, somewhere outside of my body. I'm so nervous. And I guess like to give a little bit of context there, you know, the Mariners are my first love. I grew up going to games at the Kingdom. My favorite athlete of all time is Edgar Martinez. And this team has been an absolute joy to watch. But it all comes down to this, as I'm sure everybody knows, we've never made it to the World Series. And for it all to come down to one game is just, it's too much to bear, to be honest. I can barely think about it.
Oh my gosh, I feel like there's nothing better or, on the other side, worse than a game 7 for a chance to go to the World Series. Like, it's almost like the conference championships in the NFL. I feel like when those games are played, NFC Championship, AFC Championship, played at home in front of the home fans for that punch their ticket to the Super Bowl, those games just have such a different energy than like the game at the Super Bowl, if you're at the Super Bowl, because it's just not nearly the same. And I feel like a game 7 is maybe one of the best sporting events in the entire world. I could argue that. I'm so sorry, Mina. You look very nervous.
No, I'm literally on the verge of throwing up just thinking about it. But there's also like both Monday night games are happening, so it's gonna be an insane sports night. I mean, the Seahawks look great. Obviously, we're not there. Dan Orlovsky, who's with us, is calling that game tonight. That should be a really great game too. But yeah, the Mariners have my full attention today.
We just had Greg Rosenthal on not too long ago, and he said that the Seahawks, by his measure, are the best team in the NFC.
Ooh.
Do you believe that?
Thank you. Boy, it's hard after watching what the Eagles did yesterday. They kind of get the benefit of the doubt, too, because of all of the talent and obviously what happened last year. I can see why he says that about Seattle, because I think Seattle has a better defense. I think they've got like maybe the best one of the best, probably 3 best defenses in the NFL. And the offense has been absolutely explosive. I do not love their inability to run the ball, but Philadelphia can't really run the ball either. So they're right there. They're right there in the mix. I did a top 5 power rankings. People can go check it out at Mina Kimes Show on Instagram. And I had the Seahawks at 5.
Okay.
So it's pretty high.
Well, I guess you don't want to give it all away because you want people to go over and listen to it, which you all should. But is there another little tease that you can give within that top 5?
Well, people were pretty surprised. But the hilarious thing is 3 of the top 5 teams are playing tonight because I had.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can go look and you can try to guess which ones, or you can go look and see. But the boring answer for who I had at number 1 is the Kansas City Chiefs. This was last week, and you know, same as it ever was. The offense is just absolutely back to shredding.
We can't escape the Chiefs. They're inevitable. And now it also feels like the Patriots are starting to come back to that as well. But before we go full NFL, I just have 2 more things on the Mariners. I need to know about the witch and the spells that have been casted. And I need you to tell me about the big dumper.
Oh, my God. So,
yes, all of it.
When we were losing, hired an Etsy witch. I'm sure you guys are aware of that phenomenon to basically fix the juju around the team, and then it completely worked, which is insane. Like, the numbers before and after they found the witch are crazy.
Split.
Mariners fans are really weird in a good way. It's complimentary. Like, truly the fan base most likely to hire a witch. Yeah, I don't know. And the Big Dumper should be the MVP of baseball. It's funny because part of the case, obviously the home runs and the clutch hitting is what stands out. But in the game five, right, that they won, he made an insane double play, and it was just a reminder of like how much he also contributes, being like he's doing all this on top of being one of the best catchers in baseball too. It's why he's the MVP. But as far as the nickname, you guys know why. I mean, it's apparent every time he turns around, and he loves it. I interviewed him on my show, and he said he was a little nervous, a little apprehensive of the nickname at first, but he's leaned into it.
You know what? You got to lean in. That's always the best advice with anything. Lean into it. It always makes it better. Mina, we talked about the Seattle Seahawks a little bit, but that division is now it's really good. And the Rams are emerging as this contender. What's your assessment of what Matthew Stafford was able to do yesterday without Puka and that connection with Devontae?
Yeah, he was awesome. The connection with Devontae, particularly in the red zone, was really important because it's kind of been off all year long. And it just felt like, to me, watching them, their timing wasn't exactly right, but it finally clicked at the perfect time. I was also fascinated. The Rams, their second-round draft pick, Terrence Ferguson, who's a tight end, has barely played this year. But yesterday they got him on the field, and they got him on the field for the most snaps he's played all season long. He's not – I think the reason he hasn't played is his blocking ability, but they leaned into 13 personnel, so they got the other tight ends on the field, so they were able to split him out wide. He made a couple big plays. Sean McVay is really good at this, right? We already knew that. I think if I have a question about the Rams, it's probably the pass defense. So that's a team I would look to potentially be active at the deadline. I think they could use a cornerback.
How do you see that division shaking out?
Man,
we know what the Cardinals are. Yeah, but at the top.
I keep waiting for this Niners thing to fall off, and by the grace of Kyle Shanahan, it doesn't. And they have gotten a little bit healthier on offense, and the run game finally looked like itself. I think if I really had to guess right now, I would still probably go Rams, Seahawks, Niners, but it is extremely close between all three teams.
All right, so you are in Detroit ahead of this Bucs-Lions game. What are you looking forward to tonight? Have you heard anything on Egbuka's status for the game?
Yeah, that's massive, right? Egbuka, Mike Evans, I think is going to play, but we know that the Bucs have been so banged up in terms of their skill players. I think last week was pretty telling. Speaking of teams that leaned into multiple tight end usage, they went really heavy tight end. I actually think that's a good approach against this Lions defense because you saw the Chiefs go after them that way, basically drawing at their linebackers. I would look for Baker scrambling to be a big factor too. The Lions play a ton of man coverage, and Baker scrambles on 1 out of every 5 dropbacks against man coverage. Kind of blows my mind. So I have Detroit in this one, but I think there's things that the Bucs can do on offense to make it close.
Well, we will have to wait and see. Mina Kimes joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show. I just love that you were talking about the Etsy witch, and then this is sort of like Blair Witch-y style with you outside in the alley. This is such an effort by you, and I thank you so much for coming on with us in the middle of your workday, in the middle of all of this madness. And I do want to just give a shout out to your husband's family in Philadelphia, because I know that they are real ones. They are. It's the funniest thing ever. That
oh my God.
That
yeah. They ask about you first of all. How's Colleen? Like they look at the world through such a Philadelphia lens. So the first thing they do when they see me is, how's Colleen? When are we firing Kevin Patullo? They are truly like the most stereotypical Eagles fans, and I love them for it. But they're in a good mood, thank God, this week.
Right. Okay. So where are you on the Eagles and the offense now that they were able to connect with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown? That's back.
Hurts was extraordinary in this game. I mean, going back and watching Devontae Smith as a player, I was just going back watching some of his routes. They're just unbelievable. He's such a craftsman. But they still can't run the ball, which is a little concerning. I do think that the defense, they made some timely stops. You got some good performances from the stars, Carter, DeJean, et cetera. and Mitchell being back is huge. But I would really like to see this Eagles offense figure out how to run the ball so it's not too boom and bust in the pass game.
All right. Well, Mina Kimes, I know that you are a busy, busy woman, so I thank you so much for stopping by the show. Good luck to your Mariners tonight.
Yes.
I am wishing you all of the best, and have a great show out there in Detroit.
Thanks, guys. Go Ems.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.